The year is 2025. You roll out of bed, check your phone, and a news alert hits you. A massive global headline. South Korea just said something about Filipinos the world needs to hear. It's not about K-pop. It's not about Samsung. This is about a statement so significant it's going to change how you see the world and, more importantly, how you see your own future. This isn't a small news story. This is a game changer. What they said, it could be your ticket to a different life. If you're interested in this topic, hit the like button, subscribe, and type "interested" in the comments, and I will give you a heart. You've probably heard the rumors, the whispers about the struggle to find a good job, to get ahead, to escape the grind. We all feel it. But what if a powerhouse nation, a global leader in tech, innovation, and manufacturing, just made an open call for a specific group of people? And what if that call wasn't just for a job, but for a new kind of partnership? That's what's happening. South Korea is in a crisis, and the solution they've announced isn't what anyone expected. It involves the Filipino people. This isn't just a political story. It's a story about a desperate need, a surprising solution, and an opportunity that could be waiting for you. The question you need to ask yourself is, what exactly did South Korea say, and what does it mean for your life right now? That's what we're going to break down. Let's start with the problem. South Korea is a global economic giant, but it's sitting on a demographic time bomb. Their population is aging faster than almost any other country on Earth. The birth rate has plunged. What does that mean in simple terms? It means there aren't enough young people to take the jobs, build the factories, or care for the elderly. Think of their entire economy as a giant machine with a million moving parts. They've been losing parts, the essential gears and levers, at an alarming rate. It's a quiet crisis, a problem that you don't see on the news, but one that threatens to bring the entire system to a halt. For years, South Korea has tried everything. They've offered cash incentives for new babies, they've invested in robots and automation, they've even tried to streamline the hiring of foreign workers from many different nations. But none of it worked. The jobs were still left unfilled, the factories were still short-staffed, and the elderly still needed care. Their high-tech, highly efficient system was failing because it was missing the one thing they couldn't manufacture: people. And not just any people, but a workforce with a specific blend of skill, dedication, and work ethic. This brings us to a new problem. What do you do when all your best laid plans fail? The world was watching, waiting to see what this powerhouse nation would do next. Would they continue to build robots? Would they loosen immigration for everyone? The answer, when it came, was so focused, so targeted, that it shocked the world. It was a statement that seemed to say, we've looked at every option and we've found our solution. A solution that points directly to one group of people. What did they say? And why did they pinpoint this one group? It all came down to a simple, honest truth. This is the part that could truly change your life. The South Korea's shocking statement about Filipinos wasn't a single sentence. It was an entire policy change. It was a formal acknowledgement from the highest levels of government that the Filipinos were not just a source of temporary labor, but the key to their long-term economic stability. They announced an unprecedented expansion of the employment permit system, specifically for Filipinos. They offered streamlined visas, higher wages, and a path to long-term residency. Now, this wasn't a request, it was a plea, a recognition that a nation built on technology couldn't survive without the heart and the hands of a people they had previously taken for granted. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Why would South Korea risk everything on this one group? And what makes the Filipino people so different that they hold the key to an entire nation's future? If you're as stunned as I was by this, and you want to be the first to know about a story like this again, hit that subscribe button right now. Don't miss out on these insights that could change everything for you. So the statement has been made, but for most people, an announcement from a foreign government is just a headline. The real problem is the wall of bureaucracy. Visas, work permits, language tests. It's a maze designed to keep you out. So even with a formal invitation, how can an average person possibly navigate this? This is where South Korea's plan gets even more calculated and, for you, more personal. They realized the old system was failing. They needed to build a new one. The new policy is a blueprint, a clear pathway designed specifically to cut through the red tape. They are creating dedicated support centers, offering pre-departure training, and even providing a more flexible language requirement. Think of it like a VIP pass to a country that has historically been very difficult to get into. This is the dream they are selling, a stable, high-paying job in a first world economy. For a young man in the US frustrated with a dead-end job or a mountain of debt, this isn't just a job overseas, it's an escape hatch. It's the chance to provide for your family in a way you never thought possible. But a paycheck is just the beginning. The real value isn't just in the money you earn. It's in the skills you gain and the future you build. South Korea isn't just looking for factory workers, they're looking for apprentices. They're offering training in advanced manufacturing, AI, and robotics. This isn't just a job, it's a new life. A life where you're not just a cog in a machine, but an essential part of the future. But there's a massive catch. What if this is all a short-term fix? What if they only need this labor for a few years before they go back to their old ways? This brings us to a new problem that threatens to unravel the entire plan. If you're getting value from this, do me a favor and smash that like button. South Korea's statement wasn't just a temporary solution, it's a long-term commitment. They are facing a generational problem that won't go away in a few years. That's why their new program offers a clear path to long-term residency and even family visas. It's a promise to build a new life, not just a temporary job. The opportunity is real and it's right now. This is where your personal desires for a stable, secure future become the most important part of this entire story. But what if this is all a facade? What if the real reason for South Korea's new stance isn't about their economy at all, but about a much bigger, more dangerous game? What if this is about a geopolitical standoff that could spiral out of control? Stay with me, because the next segment will reveal the real reason behind the curtain. And if you're not subscribed yet, you're missing out on the biggest stories that could impact your life. Hit that subscribe button right now. The next problem is a geopolitical one. Think of the world stage as a giant chessboard. South Korea's main rival, economically and militarily, is China. The South China Sea, where the Filipinos live, is a major flashpoint. China is trying to dominate the sea lanes, which are vital for South Korea's exports. This creates a massive problem for South Korea's economic survival. How can they protect their supply chains and their future? This is where South Korea's shocking statement about Filipinos takes on a whole new meaning. It's not just about labor, it's a strategic alliance. By building stronger ties with the Filipino people, South Korea is securing a powerful ally in its own backyard. It's a diplomatic move that strengthens their position against China. They're saying, we don't need to send warships to the South China Sea, we'll build a deeper, more profound relationship with the people who live there. Think of it like this. China is using military might and economic coercion to control the region. But South Korea is using a different weapon, one that's far more powerful and far more effective. It's the weapon of cooperation, of goodwill, and of a shared future. But what is it about the Filipino people themselves that makes them so valuable in this geopolitical game? It's not just about their labor or their location. It's about something far deeper, something that can't be bought or sold. The truth is, the bond between South Korea and the Filipinos is forged in history. The Philippines was the first Southeast Asian nation to send combat troops to fight alongside South Korea during the Korean War. They shed blood together. This is a powerful, emotional bond that gives this entire statement a depth that you can't find anywhere else. It's a relationship built on trust, respect, and sacrifice. South Korea is not just making a business deal. They are honoring a debt and building a friendship. But there is still one more thing that needs to be addressed. The skeptics will say this is a fleeting opportunity. They will say this can't last. They will tell you it's a dream that will turn into a nightmare. They will say it's too good to be true. And their skepticism is a problem that needs to be solved before you can truly believe in this opportunity. If you're still watching, it's because you're hungry for the truth. Don't let anyone tell you this isn't real. Do me a favor and share this video with one person you know who needs to hear this story. Let's talk about the final problem, the skeptics. The people who will tell you this is just another temporary labor program. They'll say that the Filipinos will be replaced by robots or by cheaper labor from other countries. They will try to crush your hope by telling you this opportunity is not meant for you. This is the last hurdle we need to get over to truly understand the significance of this moment. The skeptics are wrong, and the reason they are wrong is because they don't understand the true value of the Filipino people. South Korea has tried automation, and it has failed to solve its deepest problems. They tried to source labor from other countries, but they couldn't find the unique combination of skills, adaptability, and work ethic that the Filipinos possess. What makes Filipinos irreplaceable? It's not just their technical skills, it's their empathy, their patience, and their natural ability to care for others. These are qualities that you cannot program into a robot. And this brings us to the ultimate payoff. South Korea just said something about Filipinos that is changing the entire global landscape. They didn't just make a statement about labor, they made a statement about humanity. They acknowledge that their economic future depends on a group of people who are not defined by their geography, but by their character. They are creating a new model for the world, a model where nations collaborate not just for trade, but for the mutual benefit of their people. This isn't just a political story anymore. It's a story about a new kind of global partnership built on trust and respect. The old world of nationalism and isolation is dying. In its place, a new world is being born, one where nations like South Korea and the Philippines are forging unbreakable bonds. This is your chance to be a part of that transformation. This is the moment to seize the opportunity that a nation, a global powerhouse, has laid at your feet. The door is open, the path is clear. The question is, what are you going to do with this new knowledge? Now, you know the truth behind the headline. You know the problems, the solutions, and the ultimate opportunity that is waiting. But this is just one piece of the puzzle. The most surprising security partnership in the Indo-Pacific isn't between South Korea and the Philippines. It's happening right now between Vietnam and a former rival. To understand how that alliance could change the game, you need to watch this video right here. Click that video and I'll see you there.